More than a dot, more than a dot.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad. Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I am your host, Lou Mobley. I'm joined by the coolest guy on earth, Dre Moore.
What's good, y'all?
We back.
I'll be having to remember not to say what's good over you talking.
We gonna get our timing together, sooner or later.
Fact, cause
Listen, man, how's dad life, man?
dad life is good. You don't never accept that answer from me.
No, because they don't want to hear good.
Dad life, man.
Take them on an audio adventure.
All right, man. dad life is the most amazing roller coaster I've ever been on.
Okay. You want to elaborate or spell?
You got your highs and you got your lows, and the highs be really high.
Yo, I hate you.
No, it's it's regular. We here.
Yeah, I mean, dad life for me has been
A journey.
Been a challenge. It's busy with small kids, man.
Right.
Like some days I be like, I can't wait for y'all to wash up by yourselves and brush your own teeth.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Get dressed by yourself. Just turn your back and I'm gonna just keep playing Call of Duty while y'all go do what y'all gotta do. Y'all good?
Man. So, yo, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Yo, I leave Ash in the tub by herself all the time, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, do he be playing or do he be actually washing up?
He be playing. I come in, all the water be on the floor and stuff.
Oh, man.
But, I be walking around and doing stuff. He 4 now. Almost, he'll be 5. He ain't about to drown himself. I hope not.
Do the water be that high?
No, it's not high enough for him to drown. If he drowned in that joint, it'd have to be some sort of disaster.
It's crazy. I feel like I've been rushing, man, these baths just because I feel like, first of all, I'm trying to move up our bedtime. My son really go to bed when we go to bed, which is too late for him for real. So
Right.
I get him in and out the tub quickly. He be mad. He be like, yo, can I play this time?
Tyrant, bro.
Can I bring my toys in this time? Nah, it's I'm not sitting here while you play, splashing the bubbles and all that. I'm not doing that.
That's why you just gotta let him rock. So I put him in the tub and I wash him first, and then I dip.
But what am I gonna go do?
Anything.
I already lay out his clothes and stuff. There is a procedure to it.
Listen, you could put him in there and just leave him there for a half hour and go get some stuff done.
I have no trust level.
What you think he gonna do?
Anything.
He ain't gonna do nothing but splash the water.
No, he didn't hit his head off the faucet or something, blood everywhere.
Yo, it's crazy. I got crazy. That's the story on here about Ash busting his chin?
No.
It's not on my watch though, so I ain't gotta worry about that. It didn't happen on my watch. So his mom was giving him a bath, and Ash real wild, bro. He don't never chill. So he was done getting a bath, and he was trying to. I think he was trying to get out. I think he said he was trying to get out, so he went to climb over. But Ash got do this thing where he to stand up on stuff and then he jump.
Right.
So on the even in the car, he want to stand on the edge, he want to jump down, or he just to jump down. So he stood 2 feet on the edge of the tub, and he slipped.
Oh my God!
Hits his chin on the tub. And he's just like, it hurt so bad. That's all he's saying, like it hurt so bad. But he don't not crying. He just like, it hurt. So, but he not crying. So he go in the room, get dressed and all that, and he just kind of like laying there, like watching his iPad, and like his mom come in the room, and it's like all this blood on his shirt. So she like trying to figure out where he bleeding from. So she lift his chin up, and it's a gash like to the white meat on his chin. So we like, all right, well, he got to go to the hospital then, because they're going to have to stitch it, because he's not going to get closed. So he like, well, I'm hungry. So he went and got some pizzas. We had like the little microwavable pizzas. So he's sitting down eating the pizza, like, all right, after you get done the pizza, like, we going to take you to the hospital. So he go to the hospital. They put like the liquid stitch on. He was cool. It healed, but it was crazy, bro. It ain't happened on my watch, though. I'm glad. Listen, you know, when dads do stuff, man, it'd be like the end of the world. Like, if that thing happened on, like, you can't let nothing bad happen to your kids on your watch.
Bro, it's already like you don't watch them. Like,
exactly.
You know, Dad, you doing everything but watching them. You know, it's not a good job.
All right, since the last time we sat down and spoke, we had a little work trip.
Oh, yeah.
To Los Angeles, California. How was it?
I mean, like, the trip overall was it was a good trip overall, but I'm gonna give y'all some play-by-play. So
yeah, we need to play by play.
So traveling with kids, like traveling with kids is crazy, but there's all these little perks to like having kids. You know, like your stroller go for free. You know what I mean? Like if you had to, you can like they might give you an open seat to put your car seat. Like it's all these little perks. So like they'll see you got kids and they'll put you on first, even though you're not like first class and all that. It's almost like being handicapped, kind of.
Comparison is crazy.
So when we was going, I ain't gonna lie to you, you know, going you lose the 3 hours, right? Or you gain the 3 hours.
Yeah, the 3 hours go back.
Right. So like on the plane, it was like a 5.5 hour to 6 hour flight. And I just felt like the kids didn't sleep because they had already had a night worth of rest. And then the flight was at like 8 a.m.
Okay.
So they didn't rest. So it was, to me, it was terrible going. Like Manny was really busy. Osa was busy on the plane. And I don't know, y'all know, like I'm big, right? So I don't like tight areas. Like I don't like like airplane seating. Like I gotta be destined for a bag because I need first class. Like I can't be sitting in the 3 rows next to everybody like sardines. They keep bringing the cart through for the flight attendants bringing the cart through, hitting my foot, hitting my shoulder. I
was on Frontier with your man.
Who?
Redeem.
Next to you?
He's in that jump and tone, cuz. He was in that jump.
Hey, bro, y'all you packed into like a can. Yeah, for real. Like, but the kids, like, you know, like, and I always sit us in the back. And my wife was like, yo, why you sit us in the back? It's always such a long walk and everything. And I'm just like, I figure if we in the back, and they start crying, we only affecting a certain population.
Your logic is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We only affected these 16 people near us, you know what I'm saying? Versus if we was in the middle of the plane.
You're going to affect the front
and the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so bad. To me, it was just miserable because we carrying a lot. I got a diaper bag on my back. I got my work computer on my back. I got the 3 suitcases rolling them. She pushing Osa. Manny dragging his suitcase, but he lagging behind. Every time we turn around, it's like, yo, where Manny? Where Manny? We like losing him in the airport like Home Alone. Like it's like a real thing. Like it's a panic. And I don't know if you think like this, but like I like having my hands free.
Right.
Like, I don't know, just maybe it's a defense thing, but like
you can't have stuff in your hands. Yeah,
because if something jump off, what you gonna do when you holding bags? Like, yo, go protect your wife and you hold the 3 suitcases.
Drop her.
That's one. I'm big. It's 1 second off my response right there. Like she gonna have to do a move to get out the way or something. You know what I mean? Like somebody that snatched my baby is like delayed. Like you know, like when you got your hands, it's like being a lineman. You ain't never had to pass block nobody without your hands.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's probably why you think like that.
Yes, I need my hands. But going through the airport and like sitting through the line, like TSA rude as hell. Like Rudis, they don't care you got baby. They try to throw away my the Vaseline. She got the normal size Vaseline. She ain't got the travel size. They testing the Vaseline. I'm like, come on, dog. Like we put the Vaseline on the baby ass. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't making no bomb out the Vaseline, not the petroleum jelly.
Everybody thought you was bored, cuz you probably could make a bomb. You probably could make a bomb out of that.
Listen, I ain't never Google it, but it probably is. But like TSA is crazy, bro. They mad aggressive. They like mad aggressive. They like no nonsense. And it's like I'm walking through this joint with 2 small kids.
Right.
Like, what do you need the Vaseline for? And I'm like, are you really asking me this? My bad. I'm a detonator dynamite with the Vaseline.
Probably this petroleum.
Oh my god! Oh my god! But like, you know, the flight itself was like a horror story for me, man. Like Osa busy, she up, she down, she left, she right, she whining.
This was both their first time on the plane.
Second, we just was on a plane to go to Florida.
Yeah.
So, it was just busy, and I couldn't wait to get off. I was like miserable. Like I couldn't wait to get off. Like we even tried sitting like Osa in the seat with Manny. It didn't work that good. You know,
they was trying to get up and walk.
Cause you know she's that active,
right?
But not having no Wi-Fi, you know, I guess you got to pay for the Wi-Fi and all that. We didn't really know the situation, so Manny
What y'all was on?
We was on American.
No, the Wi-Fi should have it.
I don't know.
They tricked you.
We got tricked on our spot.
Yeah, I definitely got tricked. They did y'all dirty. I ain't even had no iPads or nothing working.
I mean, he was just having to use the default games that are on the iPad, which he don't ever have to play with. So it's kind of like they like new games all over again and all this.
Yeah, Ash do the same thing. He be sick when cause he watch stuff on YouTube all the time. So when he got to play the games that's already downloaded, he be sick. He don't like that.
Bro, it was just an interesting experience. But we do listen to all the tips. Like we did have like the bag of like dollar store toys. So like after every like hour, he'll go, Manny, open this up, and it's like it'll keep him occupied for like 20 minutes, and you right back to the same shenanigans.
Right.
You know, I think there was another baby near us too. And then like Osa and that baby was like cooing at each other. And it's like when that one cried, she cried. It was just too much. It's just too much, bro. Like one thing I realized is like as a pop or like when you vacation with family, that joint is not for relaxation. Like you don't relax at all. Like it's no relaxing. You feel me? It's busy. Like when I'm gonna start doing is taking a vacation and going places and still take vacation days afterwards to do what I really want to do, which is nothing.
Yeah, that's how I always structure my vacations at work too. Like like we could go away the day my vacation start, but we gotta come back like well before my vacation is over. Like I need like 3-4 days at home into the neck. You know what I'm saying? Like before we go back to work. Like I don't mind like I work. Man, I could work the day of and take a late flight. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't. Right. Yeah, you definitely need it on the back end because traveling with kids is different. Like, man, well, we just give Ash drugs. So,
what y'all give him?
Benadryl, cuz. We gave him Benadryl on one flight. He might have slept for like 20 minutes, bro.
He ate the Benadryl and kept going?
Like a gremlin, bro. Like a gremlin. Cause, like he was passed out on the armrest for like 20 minutes and then like popped up and just was up the rest of the time. Like, yo, that joint had no effect. And you can't like start giving your kids multiple Benadryls because then you like crazy or something because you're going to jail.
That's a fact, bro.
But yeah, we had all the snacks and stuff too in the bag. The snacks definitely gotta have the snacks. Pack the snacks in the bag. It's a task, man. Cause you know what it is. Like for real, like you never really think about it, but your kids like, and especially like Osa, she like just realizing like her legs work. So like now I done realize my legs work. You want me to sit here for 4 hours, 5 hours, and not move?
It's a wrap, bro.
Yeah, it's like traveling with small kids is like is definitely a thing. You do get the perks though. Like I'm surprised they was patting y'all down crazy because like when you got the kids going through the airport, like they let you go to the little separate line and all that.
Bro, it was worse coming back. Going, they were just to me like rude, mean, assertive. Right, coming back, they really like went through our bags, like electronic. Like you don't see I'm holding up all these people.
Yeah, it'd be different and different. Probably just the difference at the airport. You know what I'm saying? You know, and in LA, like one of them spots. It's one of them hubs, so it's probably going crazy. Because every time, even like when we go to like fly to JFK in New York, it'd be a whole different process. Like going through Philly, like it's just simple. Like you just walk through, just breeze through. It's easy. Man, going to JFK, man, they make you take your shoes off, put your shoes in the bin, put you in the spinny thing, make you hold your hands in the air. Like they really be trying to search you, and I'm like, yo, like this is nuts. I gotta put my shoes in the machine and all of this. You out there with no in your socks and all that, it'd be crazy. But they ain't do that with the kids. They just let us like, oh, y'all could just go over there, let us keep our shoes on and all that. It's like a little
Hey, bro, I don't know what it is about, like, I don't know if it's a law enforcement thing or like, but it really be having me question like, yo, what's really on me when they scanning me? Like, what's on me that could be like, yo, y'all could think this a weapon or something. Like, it don't be nothing, but I be all like nervous. You can see how people you can see how people end up just in dumb situations because you all nervous and acting crazy. Like it be like the pressure be on for no reason.
That's
like
a fact. Definitely be thinking like, man, what type of weird stuff gonna go off? You got metal in your legs and stuff, cuz.
I got metal in my legs.
Don't you got metal?
No, my screws was dissolvable. Relax,
That's
bro.
what they said. Oh,
I mean, that's what they said.
they lied.
I don't know.
But how was the actual trip out? How like being there?
So in LA, I was very underwhelmed. Let me say that, like from the jump, like I was very, very underwhelmed. Like from it, from the movies to like, taking a job out there and everything. And it's like it's Hollywood and it's nice every day. People really think nice weather is like 75. It still get cold at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could wear what I want during the day, but I definitely need a coat later or a hoodie or something. You know what I mean? But I can't argue. It was like 75 every day for real. You know what I mean? But from like driving around, so like I'll tell you a little bit what we did. So we got in Sunday and we drove because we was looking at like, when I was looking to move there, we were trying to find school districts outside of like the LA United school district because they were like really poorly scored for whatever reason, whether it's immigrants or the hood or whatever it is.
Right.
So we was looking at schools outside of them, so like all the little sub-cities of LA. So we rode to the South Bay, we rode to Torrance and Redondo and all these places I thought were nice over the internet. They were nice in real life, Hermosa and Redondo gave you like Ocean City, Maryland vibes.
Right.
Probably a little bit nicer, but it's not like Ocean City, Maryland is huge compared to like Redondo being right on the water. You know what I'm saying? Like the actual beach, the houses that look like beach houses, I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it was nice. You know what I mean? Driving through it just looked like a regular suburb until you get about 2 blocks from the water and it's like, oh, this is a beach city.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? Then there's actual strip, then there's an actual pier. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But first day we rode to South Bay. And, LA people don't really bang with the South Bay. I didn't even know that. So I'm riding all through here, all hype. And then on the way back, we hit Inglewood and we went over to where Issa Rae shot Insecure.
Oh,
them apartments.
The dunes.
The dunes, yeah. So we did the little classic selfie in front of that, which was one of my favorite parts. And that's like an upcoming area because, they building a new Clipper Stadium there. And the Rams Stadium is already there.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of like that because my job is in Culver City. So like in that distance, that was like a good distance for me.
Okay.
Inglewood to Culver, you know what I mean? But the next morning we drove to Santa Monica and Malibu. And like that was my favorite thing was driving up to Malibu on a Pacific Highway. That's like across the, it's on a...
That's the one that's on like the coast.
Yeah.
You see the water with the,
that was probably my favorite thing. But, throughout the rest of the trip, I went to a Dodgers game. My wife took the kids to the zoo. She went to like Long Beach Aquarium. She went to some kids' space museum. She did more exploring than I did. The last day we did the Hollywood sign. We did a lot of the cliche things, but one thing I will say is like it really gas $6. Gas $6. Valet parking at the hotel was $45 a night. The stay was like $355 a night. Like going crazy. Like you're not getting out of there unscathed. It's crazy. Like I had pasta one night. It was $27 for pasta.
Everything was texting you everywhere.
Listen, it was so bad. Like I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like I don't even know if the food was like that good. Like you know what I'm saying? But you could tell that they're like we're not from a small city. So like, let's say Philadelphia is a top 10 city, right? It might be like top 6.
Right.
Right.
Population wise, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not impressed by just you have a beautiful downtown and the airport and like that's not going to impress me. You know, the city.
Right.
Because to be honest, y'all city and y'all downtown is way more homeless populated than our city. So to me, it's not. I don't care how big the buildings are. Like I don't care. Like that's not going to wow me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I was underwhelmed. Like I was trying to see like what is it? Like we just here? Like we all here? Like it's not really any. Like,
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's super nice. The row the you know we grew up in like row homes, right? So like their equivalent of a row home or like a regular neighborhood house is like $1.3 million. It's hard to grasp your mind around like what would 1.3 get me in PA?
Mansion, bro.
You know what I'm saying? How much acres? How many? It'd be the Mobley more than a dad compound.
Facts.
Like you know what I'm saying? So it was really hard to like get what was. Now, granted, I went to work and I love work. I finally met all my coworkers in person. I got to like do what I'm
Really
supposed to
politic.
do. Yeah, like really, like dang, I've been working with you over a computer for a year and a half. Like damn, it's like when I meet you, it's a little awkward, but then we get to like I know you already. I know things about you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was to me my favorite part is like finally meeting everybody, experiencing some of the different teams because it was a global conference. So like we had international people coming in and stuff. And I didn't know our team was that big, so it was kind of cool from that perspective. So work was cool, everything was cool. I just couldn't like picture like where would I live, and like could I ever change my mindset of like, cause you know we grow up like go to college, get a great job, buy a house, have a family, travel, and it's like I don't know how long it would take me to own a crib. Like what's 20% of 1.3? If we go conventional on a loan,
Right. Something crazy, bro.
like you know what I mean? That'd be a whole purchase in PA.
Yeah, you're gonna get a crib for that.
You know what I'm saying? So it was it was underwhelming from that perspective, but everybody was so nice. Like the tone of the city is outside of like the homelessness and stuff, people were like extremely nice. Like we from Philly where everything is on your grids and everybody looking at you and don't look at me too much, don't step on my shoes. Like everything is like confrontational. And out there it's just like everybody just wanna help and like
Right. You think that stemmed from like because we from here? Because like I be on the bus and I be meeting like tourists or people that don't be from here, like, and they love Philly. They think it's like one of the greatest places in the world. And I be like, this is trash.
I mean, it's nice when you get to stay at the Hyatt downtown.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's nice when you ain't gotta like go back to the hood and like hear gunshots or people acting crazy. You know what I mean? Wild gunshots or sirens or something. You know, that's the easy part. It's easy to be a tourist. Like we do have tourist attractions here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you think like it's more so like is that because like if you just end up in like South Central somewhere, like you're gonna be like getting pressed, or is people gonna be friendly?
I don't know. I just honestly I didn't see no gangbanger homies. Like I did. I look for them. I look for them.
I look for. You was in Inglewood.
I was in Inglewood. To be honest with you, I was in Central and South Central. Like I was probably like a mile and a half from the Nipsey joint.
Yo, looking for the gangbanger.
I mean, this is gonna sound horrible. I mean, all right, let's like all right. So like we all know LA is like a very wealthy place, right? So like, you know, like trying to find like a black community is a thing, right? So you try to like where y'all live at? Like, like I know y'all live up here in Malibu, not like you know what I mean? Like where y'all stay? You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing, but you know, like you know, when I was going to one of my coworkers' houses, they kind of live South Central near Limerick Park and all that, and you start to see more communities that look like us. And I felt good about that. But, you know, I don't know. Like, would I stay there? Like, would I be, like, uprooting my family to go to that? Like, where I live in the suburbs now. Like, you know what I mean? Would I be uprooting? Like, I don't know. But about the job, though, like, I can see, like, my career needing to be out there. And the benefits of me being out there for my career. So I'm kind of, like, torn. But, like, to change my whole mindset, like, yo, the next phase of my life is supposed to be being a homeowner.
Right.
You know, and then investing, then traveling like mad times a year. Yeah, like, and now I had to revert to like, all right, I might be a renter because you know, like 70% of LA rent.
Just because it's too expensive to buy a house.
Yeah, man. And to be honest with you, man, I can't do that overpriced outside lunch or dinner with the homeless boy walking through the sidewalk where our table's at.
Yeah,
Like I can't do the like I'm about to drop, $50 on some chicken because pasta was 27, so you already know some chicken probably gonna run you 46. I can't do I'm gonna spend all this money per entree, and then the homeless homie walk through smelling like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can't smell the aroma of the food and then like cause they ain't take a bath in a minute. Like it's just not like it's not like a real dynamic I'm really trying to experience.
Nah.
You know what I mean? But that cost 11. That little 18% higher than PA and Philly. You can see it. Like it's like your money don't go that far.
That's a fact.
Your money don't go that far out there though.
How was the traffic?
I got in traffic bad like 2 times all week.
It's nuts. Yeah, when we was out there, though, it was like because I'm like, yo, we got to leave early because we had to drive back to Vegas. But I'm like, yo, I heard about the traffic, so we just got to leave early.
I avoided the 405 for like 4
Man,
days.
listen, we left early at like 3 o'clock and was still in traffic, bro. It took us like 2 hours to get out of LA.
It's a bad job.
Yeah, it was crazy. But since we talking about areas, let's talk about like environment and raising your kids in a certain environment. So being as though like you here and where you from, being from Philly, like could you see yourself raising your kids in LA?
It would take way more research. It wouldn't happen on like that week. Like how was I supposed to zero in on a neighborhood and find a place? Because my thing is like what's important to me would be like safety of a neighborhood, preferably a diverse neighborhood.
Right.
And very high on the list would be like, a quality school district.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like to find that, let's just be honest, most of the school districts that are high quality, like a lot of black people can't afford to live there.
Right.
So like we already in a dilemma. Like off before I even get started, it's like
Right.
you know what I'm saying, what do I do? So I mean, unless you want to go like private school route or like, like there is an option out there. Like since I work in Culver City, which is one of the most sought after school districts or whatnot, I could like get some type of work voucher that my kids could go to school in Culver City, even if I live somewhere else. So that'd be like a loophole that I would be trying to pull, especially if we live somewhere else. We really didn't want to send them to the school that's in Inglewood or Limerick Park or
Right, that's a fact.
Baldwin Hills or wherever, but they do got communities like that. That's what I did like that. This is a affluent black area, or this is a affluent, this is a Hispanic area. You can see it's these pockets, it just give you all, it's like, to me, it's like it's like New York. It's like multiple big cities in a big city.
Right.
So you got everything from the downtown life to like, it's farmer markets on this street every Tuesday. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It just give you wild dynamics. So, and like I said, like, I think I was telling you before when we talking that, like, you could tell, like, it was the place to be in the 90s and 2000s. And it was like, it was considered new then, but, 20, 30 years had passed. Like, the mom and pop shops need to be renovated.
Right.
Like, them little strip malls need to be renovated. They look dated compared to, like, y'all downtown look like the future.
Right.
Like your downtown look like we about to go into Mars.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But your mom and pop shops that's are, less than 2 miles away look like
it been here the whole time.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And it's the same thing with the housing though. Like, they're renovating houses and gentrifying everything. And it's like you get a house that look super like the future. Like a real square box house, glass, everything, big windows, this, and then couple houses down and be like, you've been here since the 60s. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
it's like, we experiencing the same thing here. Like in Philly, like especially in South Philly a lot too. Like you go certain blocks, it's all new houses, 3 stories, roof decks, all of that. And you go to the house, it'll be a house between it that they just didn't like move the old person out of or buy that joint from them yet. And that house would just be there in between it, like on the block with the new houses. Like, it's crazy.
but like you think about it like this though. Like if I grew up in LA, my kid might grow up surfing, skateboarding, and my daughter grew up playing beach volleyball. Like it's totally different than how we grew up. Like everybody rap. play basketball, football,
Right.
sing, dance. Like it's a whole like it reminds you there are other things you can be doing.
True.
You know, but I do like you know, like a lot of premier employers are in LA. You know, a lot of tech stuff is in LA. A lot of entertainment stuff is in LA. So it gives you like I feel like here everybody works at the University of Penn Hospital, or everybody works for SEPTA or
Right.
Comcast or Airmark, or you have the same.
These the prominent jobs that's in the city.
Yeah, like the companies that chose to put their headquarters in Philly versus the
Right.
90,000
Yeah.
headquarters that are in LA.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's true.
So
Yeah, you think in terms of like, because when I think of it, it's like, just I kind of think in the same way that you think. Like I don't like I want to live around people that like look like me, but like I don't like I don't want to have to deal with like all the ratchet stuff. So like it's about like finding that balance of like you look like us, but you kind of act different. You know what I'm saying? Like you act more. Listen, because you gotta like that be my struggle with things, because it's just like we could go, like we got enough money to go far left to the other side, but like, are you really gonna be accepted over there? Am I gonna feel comfortable
Right.
over there the same way, you know, like I feel comfortable amongst my people? But then like the stuff that my people come with just be like, man, I don't really want to deal with that either. So it'd be hard trying to find that balance, but so like I understand that. But and then more so along the lines of just thinking like, do you like it's things that you got like within you from like growing up where you grew up at that you still carry with you like to this day that I'm sure has like helped you in life.
yeah.
Do you think that like having your kids grow up in an environment that's way better like take that edge away from them? Like,
All right, so this is a good conversation. So like we talk about grit all the time, like the kids ain't got no grit or whatever, you know. But like you talk about a skill set they may not really need, especially depending on the type of lifestyle you're providing them. You know what I mean? Like their problems are going to be way totally different.
right.
You know what I mean? So you can't be holding on to like what I needed to get out of South Philly, man, they're not going to need to get out of Delaware County.
True.
You know what I mean? So it can't be like that's the lesson in it. That's it has to be more than that. It has to be a new lesson. You know, I think I care more. Like I'm such a network guy. Like I would have to go out there and network because you know I know everybody. The guy that cut my grass is a friend, or you know the person that work on my car, or
Right.
like to me it would be that. Like dang, I really gotta go to Jiffy Lube and get my car worked on versus the homie come through and do our oil changes twice a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just a different feeling, you know, of personal community versus the actual community.
Right.
But I guess it's like my fear and my comfort, right? So it's like, should I go there and take the risk career wise, better living possibly, or do I be scared, or you know what I mean? Do I do what's best for my immediate family and my rest of my family? You know, mom is still here, brother's still here. You know what I mean? It's all these little dynamics,
Nuance.
you know what I mean, that I have to process. But I think it would be a better environment because I was talking to my brother about this. Like, can you imagine, like in LA, it's 75, it get cold to 60 something.
Right.
Like 60 something for us is about to be going into spring, summer, you know?
Yeah, 60 good weather.
Right. So most days you'll be able to do what you want to do outside. Whereas though, like in Philly in the Northeast, you like I can't wait the summer to do these things for 4 months and then it's going to get cold again. So you only live, like your life, you live in 4 months a year. Versus
I ain't never
somebody,
even thought about that. That's hard.
you know what I mean? So they pretty much live in 10 to 12 months a year. They kind of really doing what they want. You know, the water always cold, but you know, people that service, people that do things outside, like people had like outside kitchens, like not like outside grill, but like it was an outside patio situation and it was a full kitchen. It's like, I feel like cooking outside today.
Right.
That's hard.
It's super hard.
But you got to think about it's a desert, so it never rains, so there's no real threat. You talk about rain 3 times a year. You know what I mean? Some type of stupid numbers like that, you know? So you have a whole different...
Then it don't even be like real rain. It'll rain for like...
It'd be fake rain?
Yeah. 'Cause it's fake. Like, yo, man, just recently we had rain like 3 days in a row. Like, it didn't stop raining, bro. Like, for 3 days. Like, it just didn't stop raining. I don't never be nowhere with like nice weather that even like when y'all was in Florida, like don't go nowhere with the weather. Like it ain't no just rain out unless it's like a hurricane or something.
Right.
But like it'll rain in the morning and then it'll be sunny the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? It might rain every day but be sunny every day. Like here, like man, it was rain, bro. Oh man, I don't want to see rain for weeks now.
We need to go out there and get Manny in modeling and acting, man. You know what I mean? You got to think about
opportunities.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Like WB, Nickelodeon, Sony. You know, like it's all the joints is out there.
You trying to convince me to leave? We gonna have to cancel the show.
If you go with me out there, why would we cancel the show? Tell Rob to build the INR out there.
No, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
What else you got for us, man?
We want to get into some dad confessions.
I mean, if you got one, I'm a perfect father.
Yeah, perfect father, man. Ain't no such thing. So, recently, Dre had a science fair project that he had to do. So, chill, bro. So, like, only thing I was supposed to help him with was his trifold, and it was like a couple weeks ago. He had told me about it. And his mom was gonna get the other stuff. She was gonna order the baseball. He had a science fair project. I'm skipping around. He wanted to see what type of bat would hit a baseball further. That was what he was testing. So he had to get a wooden bat and an aluminum bat and a baseball and a batting tee. And he was trying to like get like a little speedometer gun, I guess, like the cows use to measure the speed of the baseball. But his mom was like, I'm not buying that joint. It was like dumb expensive. So she like, I'm not buying that joint. So you just gonna have to let's measure it in a different way. Like
like the distance and
like,
how far it traveled.
Right. You're gonna have to get you got to measure the distance, how far you can hit it. So he was like, so he had called me. Like they went and did the experiment. She ordered the stuff. They got the stuff. They did an experiment over the weekend. And he called me and was like, yeah, this is due on such and such, but I thought it was due later. He did tell me, no, the science fair is later, but the project is actually due like a week before the science fair.
Okay.
So it was just like, I need it done by this day. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go get his mom actually, and she went and got the trifold board. I was supposed to go get it, but she went and got it. So when I picked him up, I had picked the board up from her first, then picked him up and from school, and then we had went back to my house to do the stuff. So like, I'm going over the information. So I'm like, well, what was your conclusion? He was like, oh, the metal bat hit it further because he had a good reason, like because it was lighter, and I could swing it harder. Which is probably, true.
Accurate.
Right,
yeah.
accurate. So I'm like, all right, well, I mean, that makes sense. So let me see your data. So he came back, right, and he had 4 attempts on there. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I'm like, what happened? So he like, one time they tied. One time the wooden bat hit it further, and 2 times the metal bat hit it further. So I landed on the metal bat hit it further, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work, bro. So he like, what you mean? Like he confused. He like, what you mean? I'm like, Dre, basically what you told me is you hit it 4 times, and 50% of the time the metal bat hit it further. That sounds like the same.
Right. Like
that sounds equal. Like if you do something 4 times and 50% of the time this happens, you didn't prove your point.
Right.
So I'm like, now mind you, we under the gun. Like I said, it was due. Well, it was due now before he told. This is before I thought it was gonna be due. So we didn't really have time to like say like, yo, we're gonna redo this thing. So I'm like, well, we just gonna have to make something up.
Dad confessions.
I'm like, we just gonna have to make something up. So like, I'm like, all right. So like, I just kind of put some extra attempts on there and made it work. So we get the board together, finish everything, whatever. So that night, I was taking him back to his mom. So he go back to his mom. So I'm like, yeah, we did the board. So she opened the board. So she opened the board. So she looked, she like, I thought you only hit it 4 times. How we get to 7 times? So he looking at me, and I'm like, I added it on there. Like, it didn't make. So then she like, so you felt like it was cool for you to just lie, right? So he like, no, mom, but like what he said made sense. So like he explained it, and I understand what he's saying. So like that's what he gonna go with. So I'm like, I mean, like it got done. Like what you want?
That is such some dad stuff to just like, we gotta put the icing on it to make it past the bill.
Yeah, bro. Listen, we got to get it done somehow.
We gotta get across the finish line.
Like it needed to be done. The board got done. Nobody know but us. Now everybody know, but he'll be all right. By the time they even hear this, science fair be over. But yeah, bro, it was funny.
Hey, so I ain't really got much, man. I just seen this meme on Instagram. It was like, it said like, yo, my dad let me die once and told me to walk it off. I thought that show was hilarious. Yo, it's funny. My wife was on, when we was on vacation, supposedly like, so I don't know if you know, like my daughter like kind of big and she be like rocking things, like whether it's a walker or her stroller. Supposedly like the stroller fell forward while she was in it. You know what I mean? Just from her like kind of like using her momentum, and like her and Manny was so scared, like oh my God, Osa, and then just to find out like when you looked under there, she wasn't quite hitting the ground. Like it was like she was like face to face with the ground, but like that's wild, bro. Like,
so she's saying the light, bro.
Listen, at least it wouldn't happen on my watch, like when when Ash busted his chin open.
Listen, it can't happen on your watch, man.
Definitely some mom confessions over here.
Enjoy yourself with your mom, cause I can't get you back to your mom with no bruises and none of that.
I mean, I think that when they deliver that to us, like, yeah, today, Osa hit her thing, like, oh, all right. Like when it's us, it's like, yo, you be terrified, like, dang, I gotta tell her, yo, Manny hurt himself today. Like, how am I explaining this, Joe? Like, what was I doing? You be thinking, but I was in the bathroom, taking the number 2. Like, you know what I mean? You be thinking of like a good excuse on why you wasn't there to protect me,
That's a fact, bro.
But y'all got some dad confessions out there, man. Definitely leave them in the comments.
Yeah, put them somewhere.
And let us know what y'all think about like raising your kid in different environments and like some of the pros and cons. We would like to hear some of that feedback. And Dre always respond to people on IG, so you definitely could DM us or leave us some comments.
I'd be bored.
Oh man, it's a wrap, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and checking out More Than a Dad. While you at it,
make sure y'all get that merch.
Definitely hit the link and get the merch. We got some new shirts coming out. We got some new designs. Your man Dre be designing wild stuff.
Chill, bro.
No, until next time.
We out.
More than a dot, more than a dot.